The first thing we want to look at is this player here, this defender. Once they pass the ball across to the other defender, they then reposition themselves by moving into a position further back where they can then receive a pass back from that player. It's really important that we reposition ourselves once we've made a pass so we can then re-receive. So we've made the pass and now we've readjusted our position so that we are further back down into this area down here where we can now receive a pass if we have to while under pressure. It's also meant that this opposition player has had to move higher up the court to try to cover that backward pass, and they've actually ended up creating a big gap through the middle here, so then there is the possibility for an option to come through here because of this space being created. The second thing we want to look at is just the fact that the player receiving the ball over on this side of the court, when they receive, they open their body up so they can see what's happening and what's coming. They can see their options available. And as the player comes up to apply pressure to them, they then make a backward movement to keep and maintain some space and time so they can then see what they need to do and have time to do it. So we can see here this movement of the defender. So they've received the ball here, they're looking forwards and are able to see. They can see this player here, and they can see this player here, and they can see them about to move forwards. And as they move forwards, we can now see that this player starts to move backwards, and they have this space here which they maintain. And that space then is able to provide them with time to see the passing options that they want to do. This is an important skill for a defender, being able to move backwards and being able to still see their options and pass. This allows them to have more time and not be under pressure as much. We see the three players here involved receiving in a position where they're opening their bodies up. You can see options where they reposition themselves to receive a pass, and at the end a player is able to receive open and identify that the moment to go is on and then goes. So we start here with the pass. This player receives in a position where they're open, but they've also put themselves in a good position where there's a good enough distance between them and the opposite opponent so they can't put them under pressure. After they then pass the ball across and back, they then look at repositioning themselves to a new position to try to take advantage of this space out here. So then they move out wider, and as they move out wider, again notice their body angles so that when they receive this ball, they're then able to have a look at these positions. And then after they trap the ball, notice the really quick foot movement as well to open up the body even more to be able to then look further down the court. This position also allows them, if this player was to put them under pressure, they could move back if they wanted to with the ball, they could give a quick pass, they could do one drag and pass across, but it provides them options of getting out. We notice this player on the boards here, that the way that they're set up, that as they receive, they're able to instantly look this way. So what happens then is they can identify this large gap here, and when they identify this large gap here, they're able to move through that gap at pace. During this clip, we're going to mainly focus on this player here, this defender with the ball. And after they pass the ball each time, they're going to reposition themselves so they can get an easy pass from the player they just passed the ball to, making sure that the person they pass the ball to isn't isolated or doesn't get cut off, but they're going to keep putting themselves in a position where they can get an easy pass. Not only are they going to reposition themselves to get an easy pass, but they're always going to maintain this sort of open position with their body when they receive so that they can see when a pass is on, they can see when they're being placed under pressure. Let's have a look. So let's stop at a few phases here. They've just passed the ball across and now they're shifting back. so that they can get a nice position to receive. They've received in an open position, they can see what's available, they can see this opponent and the distance between themselves, and they're in a position where they can work out what they want to do. They give a simple pass across, and as soon as they've given the pass across, they are now going to retreat and get into another position where this player over here can make an easy pass to them. If this opponent here was to go down too far, that would then obviously open up a nice big gap through here that would be available. So as they come back, they're in a good position again here where they can receive an easy pass across, but again their body is in a good position where they're going to be able to see down the court. And as they receive, they're able to instantly look up and they're able to instantly see what's available. Even though this player is coming down applying them under pressure, they've now got the time, and it's a very easy, simple pass, straight past that player and down to their teammate.